Okay, so here we go, guys. This week we are talking about traditional and non-traditional jobs, okay? It's completely okay if you don't know what they are. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with this. I found a very appropriate video if any of you guys watch the Super Bowl. I don't know if I have any Super Bowl watchers. Anyone watch the Super Bowl? Okay. You may have seen this commercial even if you haven't watched the Super Bowl, because I actually saw it before the Super Bowl. Okay, so let me get started here. Okay, so like I said, we're going to talk about traditional and non-traditional jobs, and it's week 22 on Connects You. And we're going to learn to compare and contrast careers in traditional and non-traditional job areas. And those of you who I checked in with this past Tuesday, which was yesterday, we talked a little bit about traditional and non-traditional jobs, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that today. Okay, so this is Katie Sowers. She's the first woman to coach in the Super Bowl. So I want you to watch her story, and then I want you, actually, you know what, I'm going to stop share because I want you to be able to hear the video better. I'm going to share it again. And I want you to hear her story because it fits in perfectly with traditional and non-traditional, and it will help you understand the difference between the two. Okay, so this like almost brings me to tears when I watch this because it's monumental what she did. So here we go. You guys can hear.
I remember loving football from day one. I wrote this a long time ago. I don't know how old I was. I hope someday I will be on a real football team. I'm Katie Sowers, offensive assistant coach for the San Francisco 49ers. Bring it up! Bring it up! I always knew I wanted to be a coach. My dad was a coach. I never saw an opportunity in football because I'd never seen a female coach before. Let's run it again! Run it again! Let's go! People tell me that people aren't ready to have a woman lead, but these guys have been learning from women their whole lives. Moms, grandmas, teachers. Then the shovel comes as a first read. We have all these assumptions about what women do in life and what men do.
I'm glad my daughter's old enough to see this and understand how significant it is.
I'm not trying to be the best female coach. I'm trying to be the best coach.
There we go. Exactly.
All it takes is one. All it takes is one, and then it opens the door for so many.
So has anyone seen that commercial before? No?
Yeah.
Yeah? Dylan saw it, yeah. So they were playing it before the Super Bowl. Okay, so here is the difference between, well, actually, how about you guys tell me, without even looking at this, what's a traditional and non-traditional job? You probably got a sense of it just from the video. Okay, Dylan, what do we got?
Well, probably specific jobs that like
Yeah, you kind of cut in a little in and out there, but yeah, there's traditional jobs that kind of are expected of a certain gender. So there's occupations in every field that are non-traditional for either men or women. Occupations that are non-traditional for women are those where at least 75% of the workers are male. So if you're going into a job where there's 75% male, for me, it would be a non-traditional job. Non-traditional occupations for men are 75% female, which would be like nurses, okay? Even though there are more and more nurses men nurses going into the profession, there's still way more women than men. So take a moment here and we're going to brainstorm some careers that you believe that would comprise of 75% more men and 75% or more women. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'll put this in the Padlet here. I'm going to copy this. And okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want you to take some guesses. If you click on the Padlet, you're going to see. Okay, women, what would be a non-traditional job for a woman? Something that where you go and you see it's mostly made up of men, and some non-traditional jobs for men. So usually, typically, women would fill these jobs. Okay, so just think for a minute. Think anywhere you go during the day. Okay, what would be a job that you don't see women doing that often? What would be a job that you don't see men doing that often? You don't have to be perfectly right. We're going to go over a few of these here in a minute. Okay, let's go. Ballet, cosmetology, very good for men.
Wait, that would be women.
Yeah, basketball coaches, even women's basketball coaches tend to be men, believe it or not. At Tussey, they were both men when I taught there. Yeah, vets, I believe that a lot of vets usually are men. Think about outside jobs. Yes, secretary, that's a big one. At my husband's office, there are no males that are secretaries. Dancer, that's a huge one too. There is a guy who does, oh my goodness, he does baton. And I see him in all these parades. He's like a national twirler. And that's something that sticks out to me because I don't see that many men or boys twirling a baton. So that's definitely something. Here, question.
My mom said beauty salon.
Yes, cosmetology, beauty salon. Yes, exactly. You don't see very many men. Where my kids with their haircut, there might be like 7 women and 1 man. So definitely not as many. Landscaping, masonry, yeah, electrician. Of men doing it. Yeah, fashion. Definitely way more women models than men for sure. This is great. I love this list. We can definitely build from here. But yeah, so this gives you an idea of jobs that you don't think of when you're a man or woman. You kind of embrace what people expect of you. Okay, so here's a list here. Go through this real quick. Okay, so non-traditional jobs for women. Here we go. There's tons on here, so we're not gonna look at all of them, but engineering, someone did put that down. Tree trimmers. I don't know if you guys can see this so well. Is that a little bit better? Pesticide handlers, sprays. So people who come and spraying lawns. Have you ever seen people spraying people's lawns on the side of the, like, out the machines? Stonemasons, carpenters, engineers again, construction, it's a huge one. Drywall, electricians, heating, plumbing, all that stuff. Let's see, audio, chiropractors, man, that is very true. Dishwashers, when I worked in food preparation, most were men that did the dishwashing. Gamer or computer programmers, firefighters, security guards. You don't really think about machinists. Where my dad used to work, there were a lot of machinists, painters. So yeah, the list goes on and on. And you guys can definitely look at this a little bit more. I'm gonna go back up and we're gonna look at non-traditional. So these are ones that men don't typically go into. Makeup artists, theater, bookkeeping, library assistant, preschool teachers. Think back to kindergarten and preschool and some of your elementary school, even middle and secondary school. Were most of your teachers women or men?
Women.
Women, yeah, especially elementary. I had very few elementary men teachers. Now that I think about it, it was very, very few. Let's see, hygienists. Yeah, the dental hygienist where I went or she is a woman. Definitely just think travel agent. The travel agent we usually is a woman. Childcare, all of these people, legal secretaries, people who sew. So, okay. So anyway, something to think about, traditional and non-traditional jobs there. Okay, let's go to the next slide. I made a nice little list here. So women don't typically go into heavy equipment, auto technician. I know when you go to get your car fixed, I don't see very many women in the garage. Electricians, welders, firefighter, engineer, police officer, computer technicians, men. They're not usually early education teachers. They're not usually dental assistants, occupational therapists, nurses, cleaning professionals, paralegals, massage therapists, social workers. It says 4% of women work in trade jobs in the United States. Very few construction workers or trade jobs. And you're going to do a reading in the Connects You assignments for this week about some women who are working in some minimum wage jobs. A couple jobs they had, they were making very little money, and they took that leap and they went into a non-traditional job. They said, I can do construction. I think I can do this. And they started making very good money. So sometimes, you know, instead of working a dead-end job where you might only make minimum wage and working 2 jobs to pay some bills, you can think about, you know, embracing a non-traditional job. I had an acquaintance I went to high school with, and he was working as Verizon. And he thought to himself, I'm going to go back to school, and he went into a non-traditional job. He went back and became a nurse. He loves it now, but he thought outside the box. I thought to myself, you know what, I want to do something other than sell cell phones. Okay, so some of the benefits of going to a non-traditional career, rather than maybe just working in fast food or somewhere where you might have to work 2 jobs to pay for stuff. You can get a higher salary, increased job security, promotion benefits, more job satisfaction. You tend to be happier if it's something that you want to do. You can learn something new, and you can build on your skills. Okay, so I found these. I thought these were really cute because I found this girl, you know, typically women are not astronauts, but it says if you're offered a seat on a rocket ship, don't ask what seat, just get on. Okay, so sometimes it's worth the risk. Jump aboard and you take that risk and see where it takes you. And if you can dream it, you can do it. Okay, so if you think that, you know, construction's for you, or if you think your guy in cosmetology is for you, really there are no stipulations anymore. You can, want to do it, you can go for it. Okay, so I thought that was kind of cute. But this week, like I said, you are going to go into your ConnectU. Let me get in here. And you are going to mute myself. Sorry, hold on. Do this. You're going to get in here and work through some assignments, okay, on traditional and non-traditional. And I'm hoping this gets you thinking. This would be something that you could put in your portfolio for sure. This will get you interested, hopefully, in looking at some careers that you might not have thought of before, but it's all in here. I love this story. So I moved that. So when you listen to this story right here, Real Life Rosie the Riveters, it's about women who decide to go into construction. Amazing. This is really good. There's some really, really good stories in here you can go through. Okay, and then what you're going to do for your Elaborate is to pick a traditional and non-traditional career and do a little research on it. Okay, so Emily again might do cosmetology, but then she might look at something outside of what a woman might typically do, just to get an understanding of what's involved and what it might pay. But like I said, it gets you thinking, you know what, maybe I can be an engineer. Maybe I can go on the construction site. Maybe I can be a nurse if I'm a man. You know, it doesn't have to be, you know, set in stone growing up with what you want to be. Okay? So questions, concerns, if you guys can think of? Okay. So happy research. Did you guys like the video about the football coach? Yeah, I found it pretty inspirational. I'm thinking, wow, you know, that's a huge thing to be a woman and going to the Super Bowl as a coach, and, you know, getting everyone to respect you in a field that's very few women are in. So, okay, but I'll let you guys go. Happy week, get your ConnectU done, all that good stuff, and I will talk to you later. And Emily, you have a good trip, and share with us when you come back, okay? So she won't be with us next Tuesday. Okay, she'll be off in the sea somewhere. Okay, so take care, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.